Hello, my foodie friends, and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Karen. Excuse me. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here. So this is my first video of 2021, you guys. Now, I don't know about you, but I am just ready to move on from 2020. I am looking forward to making a lot of great recipes for you guys, and a lot of you have been telling me that you like my recipes because they're not too complicated and I don't use too many ingredients, because I know you guys are busy and you don't have time, to make a recipe that's going to take an hour. Today, I'm going to be making for you an iconic sandwich that was started back in 1926 at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's called the Kentucky Hot Brown. Now, this is a hot, open-faced sandwich, and it has turkey and cheese sauce, and it's topped with bacon, and it is delicious. So let's get cooking. So here is the ingredients that we're going to need for our cheese sauce. 1 tablespoon of flour, a half a cup of grated Gruyere cheese, a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 cup of milk. And then we're also going to be using just a touch of nutmeg. Whenever you're making a white sauce, just adding a tiny bit of that spice gives it that little extra something. Now for our actual sandwich ingredients, you're going to need some sliced turkey, some Italian bread, a little bit on the thicker side, but if you just have regular bread, that's fine too, and we're going to be toasting that. Some bacon that we're going to be cooking, some fresh sliced tomatoes, and some parsley to garnish. For the cheese sauce, take a small saucepan and melt in 1 tablespoon of butter. Now after it's been melted, we are going to put in 1 tablespoon of flour and give it a good whisk. Now stir this for about 45 seconds because we want to get the taste of the raw flour out of the sauce. And now we're going to slowly incorporate 1 cup of whole milk and stir well. Now after you've been stirring it for 4 to 5 minutes, you're going to see that's going to turn into this nice white sauce. Now this is called a bechamel sauce. Now when we add the cheese to it, it's going to be called a Mornay sauce. So right now I'm going to start adding the cheese. Now when you add the cheese, make sure that you take it off of the heat, because the residual heat is just going to cook, it's just going to melt the cheese sauce just fine. We don't need to keep it on the burner. Okay, so I have my half a cup of Parmesan that I put in, and now my half a cup of Gruyere cheese, and I'm going to mix that well. And now I went in and added my nutmeg. Now as you can see, it is a super small pinch. It's very strong and you don't want too much. And now after you've incorporated the 1 cup of cheese, you're going to have this gorgeous sauce. Okay, you guys, now let's assemble this sandwich. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 375. Now I took the 2 slices of bread and toasted them, and I put them in this heat-proof skillet that can go under the broiler. And I took 1 tomato and I put 2 slices on each side. Now lay your turkey slices across the bread. And now we're going to top it with the cheese sauce. Now don't be stingy about the cheese sauce, kind of pile it on there. And now top the cheese sauce with a handful of grated mozzarella cheese. And now this is going to go into the 375-degree oven for 10 minutes. And now after the 10 minutes is up, switch your oven to broil. And broil for another 5 to 10 minutes, keeping a close eye on it so the cheese doesn't get too brown. Okay, you guys, look what just came out from the broiler. Now I told you 5 to 10 minutes depending on your oven, and I have a pretty strong oven, so it only took 5 minutes for it to get brown like this. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to top it with. So I cooked that bacon that I showed you earlier, and we are going to put some slices on the top. Now you can either leave them whole, which is traditional, or you can just crumble them up. Honestly, I would probably crumble them up because it's just easier to eat that way. And then just for a little garnish, we are going to add some fresh chopped parsley. And there you have it, everybody, a Kentucky hot brown sandwich. Please hit that like button, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, I sure would appreciate it. And we will see you on the next episode of In the Kitchen with Karen. Bye, everybody.